Hello, welcome to this video. This is a tarot reading for the energy of Pisces. And for this series, I've been using 3 decks. I'm using the Star Tarot, the Aquarian Tarot, and this is a new deck that I acquired, and it is called the Sacred Spirit playing cards. No, Sacred Spirit reading cards. And I did a flip through, so if you're interested in seeing the beautiful artwork for this, the link is in the description. So Pisces, for your reading, I am going to pull 3 cards from this deck, from the Star Tarot, and those are going to be our main energies that we're going to work with. And then I will pull 9 more cards with the Aquarian Tarot to further dive into the message, okay? All right, so if you're here by way of title, welcome. Pisces, we all have Pisces in our charts because of the house system. So when you were born, Pisces was in a certain house, and today Pisces is in a certain house. So you don't necessarily need to have a placement to actually resonate with the meaning of this, resonate with the message of this reading. All right, so one more good shuffle, and there we go. All right. Okay, here we go, Pisces. What do we have for you? So we've got the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. We've got Death and Queen of Pentacles. All right, so Death is our major arcana. Queen of Pentacles is water of earth. And then 4 of Pentacles, of course, is earth. So, so I see with our major arcana here, there is a change, a transformation that is occurring. And usually with the 4 of Pentacles, it's that energy of holding on to something and not really wanting to let go. However, I see that this is a welcome change. This change is something that perhaps you've been anticipating, maybe even working towards. And with our Queen of Pentacles here, this energy that the Queen of Pentacles exudes is very similar to that of the Empress. So I see with this change that is coming, or perhaps that is happening for you right now, it's something that you've been waiting for, that you're welcoming, and you're going to nurture and foster this new way of being, this new growth that's going to happen. So this is looking very positive right now for you, Pisces, which I think is great. There's change is always good, though it's not always welcome. Change kind of move things around. It gives us a fresh perspective. It can change our ideals. It can change the way we see things. It keeps us on our toes, needless to say, but it is something that's very necessary. Otherwise, we can't improve. We can't look at. It's just like a stagnant energy, and we want to improve. We want to make things better, not only for ourselves, but people down our bloodlines. So we don't want to stay in that same situation too long. In any kind of situation, you know, because it's a breeding ground for like I said, stagnant. It's something that can keep us from realizing the great that is within us, and if we're not challenged, then we can't see our greatness. So let us go ahead and pull some cards. I'm going to do a nice split here. And as much as I love shuffling, I'm just getting this urge to just really shuffle these cards. So I really like this Queen of Pentacles here. Let me show you a close-up of this. Look at her sitting in her magnificence with all of this new growth around her. There's an animal sleeping at her foot right there. It looks like a black bear. We've got all this these beautiful mushrooms and greenery, flowers all around her. We have some apples growing in the tree. There's waterfalls. I mean, this is just a wonderful place to release that creativity, to release that energy of nurture. There's just so much wealth here available. So I'm very excited. So let me go ahead and pull these cards for you, Pisces. All right, so we've got the Two of Pentacles in reverse, earth energy, Five of Cups, water. We've got the Knight of Rods, fire of fire in reverse. The Four of Cups again, this time it's upright, and this is water energy. Then we have the Hanged Man in reverse, Wheel of Fortune, Justice, Four of Swords, air, and King of Swords, heir of air. So just so you know, the court cards, I assign them just by their affiliation, like all the knights, for instance, are all fire. And then they have this extra layer to them. And that's dictated by the suit that they're in. So this knight is fire because he's a knight, but he is fire of rods, fire of fire because he's in the rod suit, which is the staves, but not staves, wands. And same with the King of Swords. All kings to me are read as air, but because he's in the suit of swords, he is air of air. And Queen of Pentacles is water of earth. Let me change your view here so you can have a look-see at your spread. Now, our major arcana that we have, I would like to point out, we have the Hanged Man in reverse. We have Death up here at the top. Next to the Hanged Man in reverse, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And then down here is Justice. All right, so let's see what we have. So I see that for this this welcoming part of change, there was a point, or you might even be experiencing this right now, in that the you've experienced some sort of sadness or loss, and you are or either kind of in limbo at this time. However, what I'm seeing here is that this unfortunate thing that has happened is something that needed to happen. There was some, with justice here, you know, justice is all about evening the balances, and she is making sure that everyone gets their due. So, I mean, in a way, I can attribute this to a little bit of karma, but there is a lesson that needed to be learned. Okay, and so you're either in this energy, you're coming out of this energy, whatever it is, this energy is what propelled you to be ready for this change. So you have definitely learned something from this. And so you're going to take these lessons that you've learned, and you're welcoming this change that is coming in, and you're going to use this change to erect something a little bit better, to much better, because of the lessons that you learned. Now with our Knight of Rods, he's fire of fire, and because he's in reverse, it's looking like at the moment you're just kind of in suspension. Right next to this Four of Cups too, you know, that card where You're just kind of unaware of what's going on. I feel like you're using this Knight of Swords energy, I'm sorry, this Four of Swords energy to kind of meditate, kind of take it all in before you go ahead and make this action, before you decide on an action plan, which I think is wonderful. I think that is a good place to be, as things are changing for you, as there's a transformation going on. You don't want to start uh, acting right away. First, you want to make sure that all of the changes happen, that the wheel has completely turned and has stopped. And then you kind of want to assess what is going on. And you really want to contemplate what it is that you're going to change, what has changed, how you're going to navigate those new waters. And after that, you're really going to have a nice playing field, I guess you could say. You're going to have a lot of resources at your fingertips that you're going to be able to work with. And with the Hanged Man in reverse, I think this is actually a good card, because while you're in this sort of like this standstill, getting used to this new way of thinking, this new environment, you're you're sort of putting a plan together, like I said, with this Four of Swords. And this, once you come out of that, there's no need to look at it in a different way, and which is what the Hanged Man asks us to do. Though you kind of already know innately, intuitively, what it is that you want to do and how you want to move forward. And right next to the Wheel of Fortune, I think, is also good, because that is just going to tell you that things are just going to start happening, and you're going to have to be able to think on your toes with this King of Swords energy. And I really like that this King of Swords is looking this way, particularly looking at this Four of Swords, because you're going to have to remember what it was while you were in this transitionary stage. You're going to have to remember everything that you learned, and you're going to have to remember all that you see for yourself now, all that you see as your plan coming up, and use this Heir of Air energy to really solidify that plan, and then to put that plan into action, and to get it done. And I think you're going to have all of your resources available. You're going to have that mental stability, and you're going to be able to come out of this learning so much from this situation that at the time was unfortunate, but now that you've gone through this transformation, you now you have a lot more to work with, and you can kind of create something new. So if we look at it from a bird's eye point of view, yes, this point in time in your life really sucked. You wouldn't wish it on anybody, but the beauty that is coming out of it is well worth it. Okay. So wonderful reading for you, Pisces. I think this is wonderfully great. So now I'm going to use these reading cards, and the author of this deck is Anna Stark, and she has an illustrator who beautifully did some of these cards. I mean, the artwork on this is just magnificent. I think it's very intricate. I like the colors, the images that portray the meanings of these cards really resonate well with me. So I hope they also resonate with you as well. Okay, Pisces. Okay, here we go. And your card is Mindful Wisdom. Awesome. And so we have like this, is this a snowy owl? A snow owl, I think is what it's called. Let me switch the view so you can see this pretty owl. I really like how it's like there is a light, a golden light that is shining on the face of this owl. And it's almost like there's crystal mountains behind the owl. Okay, so card number 28, Mindful Wisdom, Create Inner Harmony. And 28 in numerology breaks down to the number 10, which is um, leveling up in my point of view. I always like, I know some people don't like to use the number 10, but in a way, the 10 is like a 1, but it's showing that you have leveled up in a sense. And so you've gone through all the trials and tribulations from 1 through 9, and now you're at a 10, which is basically starting over, but you're starting over on a new plane. Okay, so number 28. Now I'm going to read this to you. Create inner harmony. Silence your inner critic. Mindfulness is the simple act of being present in each moment. But for most people, it is not always achievable during daily life. Complications of employment, relationships, children, social activities, and career choices all seem to distract us from achieving this goal, this mindfulness goal. It is only when you choose to become present that you receive clarity of consciousness, peace of mind, and objective understanding surrounding current issues. The owl is a representation of inner knowing and mindfulness, patiently and carefully monitoring their surroundings, followed by clear and direct action. You may be feeling confused about people's actions, but like the owl, we must observe our surroundings to the best of our abilities to see the real meaning of a person's actions or the origin of specific issues. Now is the time to journey inward to access your inner knowing and personal wisdom through mindful practice to create a homeostasis, an equilibrium in your heart and mind. Bring yourself back to a heart space where you can approach anything with calmness and clarity. Right now, place yourself of value. When the owl appears in your life, it encourages you to use strong intuition to gain wisdom about matters that you shouldn't ignore. More importantly, self-worth and confidence. Tolerance can be achieved through objectivity and inner peace, acknowledging all of our experiences so we can be objective with our emotional and mental processes. Instead of reacting immediately out of anger, mindfulness allows you to be aware of this anger, helping you realize why you are angry and then process the circumstances surrounding this emotion. This new form of emotional intelligence allows you to physically react using a positive process and a method that is beneficial to you and others, while understanding the reasoning behind our behaviors. So the shadow aspect of this is stubbornness, impatience, forgetfulness, and thoughtlessness. The sacred crystal is chariotite. Haven't heard of that one. The angel assistance is Archangel Tzekiel, Tzadkiel, and that is the angel of forgiveness, releasing judgment and painful memories. Your affirmation is, I react sensitively to others as I respect my personal boundaries. So using the energy of this, and you can call on those crystals, the crystal that I named, the angel, if you need help, use that mantra to help you bring mindfulness to yourself. And I think where mindfulness is going to come into play is because as you come into this new environment, if you will, let's just call it that. When you come into this new environment, it's imperative to remember the lessons that you've learned, and it's imperative to remember that plan that you created for yourself. So when you come into this new environment and you're ready to create again, you don't want to bring any of those bad energies, those bad habits, those things that got you to this place in the first place. You don't want to bring that to this new place, right? You want to practice being aware of your feelings, being aware of your past and how they affected you, and being aware of your newfound feelings and abilities to deal with things in a different way. So, okay, Pisces, I hope this helps you. I hope I have inspired you in some kind of way, maybe brought some clarity, and I hope you can use any part of this reading to help you get you closer to your goals, get you closer to mindfulness, and just bring you closer to yourself. So I will see you next reading. Take care.